one more time. How is everybody doing this evening?
Great.
Okay, that's acceptable. So first of all, I want to say welcome. Welcome to everyone for making it out here this evening. I understand there was a little bit of traffic getting here, but you stood there and you made it. So you all deserve the first round of applause of the night for making it here tonight. Also, I want everyone, I know that you're eating, but if we want to begin the program, I'm going to ask for everyone to please rise. Hats off, please.
Awful.
So at this moment, can you hear me? Yeah. At this moment, I would like to have a moment of silence for our men and women who are serving abroad for our freedom tonight, and for our TWU Local 100 members who are no longer with us. Thank you. Now, remain standing. We would like to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
Wow. You don't do the pledge. Nice.
At this moment, I would just to let you know, my name is Norma Lopez, and I'm a TWU Local 100 member for a little over 14 years, and I'm a bus operator in the Bronx, and I want to say thank you to everyone for coming here tonight. Next, I would like to introduce a very important person. He is the first administrative vice president elected 3 times into a top office position. Also first to serve in a top office from the private lines. And to serve with the top offices, I would like everyone to please give a nice round of applause to our Administrative Vice President, Andrew Ecuadorian.
Just that camera now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Nuestra Nación event. I'd like to, we don't have all of our elected officers here, but I just want to, mention the ones that are here. Vice President of CED, Nelson Rivera. Vice President of RTO, Kiapoa. Vice President of MOW, Tony Utano. Vice President of the Private Lines, Pete Rostoni. Top officer with myself, the Treasurer of the Union, Earl Phillips. Hopefully our President and leader might get here a little late, or maybe not get here. He's caught up with some things, but hopefully, he might show up if he gets to have the moment to come. But I want to welcome you all to Nuestra Naciones event. I believe that the Nuestra Naciones event is unique, and let me tell you why. Unlike other events held here at the local, it's the only event in which we focus on a different ethnic group each year, making it an educational learning experience, not only for our union brothers, sisters, and guests who attend these events, but also for our committee members. They have the difficult task of putting together an event like this, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. So I'd like to acknowledge them, and would you please stand up? Camila Aaron. Maggie Munoz. Catalino Castro. Nancy Martinez, Laura Lopez, Dexter Victory, Robert Loudon, Noah Rodriguez, Lucio Arija, and Veronica Piedra. Without them, this could not be accomplished. As a Puerto Riqueño, born here in America, raised by grandparents, I was brought up to be proud of who I am. As a Puerto Riqueño, but most important, as a human being. I look out into the audience and I see a diversity of my people. Cuban, Dominican, Venezuelan, Ecuadorian, Mexican, etc., etc., etc. Albeit, we share a common and distinctive culture which has its similarities. I witnessed that similarity within the workplace with my Ecuadorian, Dominican, and Cuban, Mexican brothers and sisters in the depots. Although our language is different in some ways, where we have different words for different meanings, the most important thing is we all understand each other. This year, we focus on the beautiful island of Ecuador, its history, its people, and its artistic culture. I hope you enjoy this evening's event. Thank you very much. On behalf of John Samuelson, before I do that, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention a few people. Track Division, the Vice Chairman, Paul Navarro is here, and also on behalf of John Samuelson, I would like to call Earl Phillips to speak on behalf of
this phone.
In Spanish, Earl.
¿Cómo está usted? Again, good evening, everyone. Our leader, as you just realized, John Samuelson, is not here with us this evening. As most of you all know, we now started some small talk and negotiations, so these things happen at this point in time, nothing to be taken away from anyone. John is a very busy guy, believe it or not. We're coming close to the deadline for our contract, which expires January 15th. So we're all very, very busy at this point in time. So again, I apologize for John Samuelson not being here. He's president, busy guy. But like we always say, someone has to pick up the slack. And I guess again, it's Earl Phillips is not doing it. But on behalf of our 42,000 members, strong membership, welcome to your all home. Welcome to the home of the Transportation Workers Union, Local 100. It's not the home of the leadership, it's the home of the union. You all are the union families. We represent 42,000 members and their families. So at the end of the day, we probably represent about 40 million people in the family. So that's why we fight. We have to fight hard. You hear us talking about contracts, because in contracts, we don't think only about the 42,000 members, we think about their families. So enjoy this evening. It's a beautiful evening. I want to say thanks to this. I always say to the Camella team, not only Camella, it's becoming more and more beautiful. You're doing some good work. All these events so far this year, all our events, we are looking better and better. Let's continue to build. And Angel hit every nail on the head this evening. You know, we have to continue to build these events. Like Angel said, you know, team. There's a lot of diversity among the depots and stuff like it, but we try to leave no stone unturned. You know, the unit today is constructed with diversity of different languages and stuff. I myself is from Barbados, like Carlos, super accent, but we all are one. So enjoy the evening. Thanks everyone for coming.
you know, I hope that from this event, you know, 'cause it takes a lot of work to put something like this together. And like I said earlier, you know, it's a learning experience for the committee. That in the future, you know, members within our own transit system get more involved with the union, especially when it comes to this particular event. Because every year, you know, it's very difficult to try to find out about other people's culture. It's not that easy. I mean, I know about my people, you know, and Veronica knows about her people, and so on and so on. And that's what makes it unique, and that's what makes it such a great event.
Yes.
So in the future, more participation and a greater event moving into the future, and that's what TWU is looking for when we pull together these events. All right. So I like to mention somebody who came as a guest who told me he would be here, and I just want to give acknowledgement to him. Nick Sierra is the president of the Eric Sierra, I'm sorry, is the president of the MTA Hispanic Society, and the Hispanic Society is here with him. Nick, please stand.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. So next up, I want to introduce someone who's, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, wonderful. I want to introduce someone who's very important to us, and we are honored to have him here today. And if he wouldn't mind to join us here up front. So, he is the Deputy Secretary of State for Economic Development, and he is currently working with our governor. May Jorge Montalvo please come up to the front.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. And I especially want to give thanks to leadership of the TWU, to Veronica Biedra who invited me. Thank you all for this. Right now, I should probably say, I'm Ecuadoriano. For those that are from Ecuador, I'm from a place called Manaví, in particular a town called Milagros. So for those that are from Ecuador, you have a compatriot in the state government that's working for you every day. These sorts of events are I think very important, very exciting for us to have and to be a part of, and for you guys to hold. And I think it's very important right now when we have a discussion all around the country about what our position should be regarding immigrants and immigration. And when people talk about wanting to make America great again, I like to remind them they don't know what made America great to begin with, which is our diversity and our strength. To have the TWU, to have unionized labor workers come together to celebrate their diversity, I think is a testament, a reminder to everybody in our city, in our state, in our country, that we are not shy, we are not afraid of each other, and that no one's going to pull us apart. And you guys know better than that out there. The TWU and its workers, all of you together, are the ones that keep this whole city running. You guys bring people around, you make things work, and I think that this, again, is such an important day, and such an important time for the symbol, but it's also something, considering what happened earlier this morning, it reminds us all that we are together, we are united. Our strength comes out when we have adversity in front of us, whether it's an electoral adversity or when we have other adversity we've all faced over the years, hurricanes, earthquakes, whatever, any part of the country, that we are all one family. We're one union family, we're one family of New York and family of America. So for me, I'm very proud, very excited to be Ecuadoriano, to be here, to see you celebrate a different culture every year, to see you guys do, I believe it's the first time you've had a chance to do Ecuador, which I think is very exciting. But really, it's not just Ecuador, it's all the Latinos, it's all the African Americans, it's all everybody from every place celebrating each other. So thank you for having me. I've been reading from the governor. Obviously we are big supporters of the TWU, and I wish you all the best. And you guys should have more food because I've been eating. It's very good.
announce that, we're coming for a contract year, and Tuesday, November 15th, is our kickoff for the next contract, where we're going to be rallying down on Broadway. So all union members should, start letting all the union members know, because we need to show the MTA that we're serious about getting an equitable, fair contract this time come around. So November 15th is the kickoff. We'll have some flyers outside, so when you leave, you can pick one up or pick up a few of them and maybe distribute them in your depots and your barnyards, or even give them out to other unions or whatever. So this way, we can have all the support we need when we fight against the MTA for a new contract.
Okay, so how's everybody doing so far? How's the food?
Good.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let me see. Thumbs up? All right, awesome. Okay, so moving along, we have some guests that are still on their way here, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a switcheroo here. But we're going to introduce right now someone also very important. I mean, I guess everybody here is just very important. But right now, I want to take a moment. We were expecting Ecuadorian Assemblywoman in the United States and Canada, Honorable Ximena Peña. But if I understand, she is in Ecuador doing work. So on her behalf, it is my honor and our honor to have you here. Her name is, to represent Ms. Honorable Ximena Peña, Maria Luisa Jacome. Did I pronounce that right? Please forgive me if I didn't. On her behalf, please come up.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for having this beautiful event, for celebrating our nations, nuestras naciones, for celebrating Ecuadorians this year. Thank you. And in this case, I have to apologize for Assemblywoman Ximena Peña. She is in Ecuador. That's where her main role develops, in the National Assembly of Ecuador. But she wanted to let you know that she is very thankful, and also she congratulates you for this kind of events, but mostly for the support that you give to the community, mostly for the work that you do. Because without you, there's no fight for the workers. You are the power. You are everything that handles the community and that handles our laborers. So thank you for organizing. Thank you for taking the time, for organizing yourselves, and for organizing all of those who are not able to. So on behalf of Assemblywoman Ximena Peña, I wanted to thank you for that. She also wanted me to let you know a little bit of what she is doing and what it means for her to be in office. She is in Ecuador because actually before 1999, before 2006 actually, in 1999 there was a main economic debacle in our country. There was a main economic recession. And given that a lot of Ecuadorians had to travel, had to go live abroad, mainly to Spain and here to the United States. Since 2006, with a new government that is still present going on in Ecuador, with President Rafael Correa, we were able to change a lot of things. In 2008 with a new constitution, we were able to have my Ecuadorian immigrants be part of the Ecuadorian constitution. Now we are represented. Ever since then, we are represented by two people in Ecuador. So we are also able to vote. We have a voice, and especially in the legislative branch of our government. This is the reason why she's not here. Since 2013, she is representing all the Ecuadorian community from the United States and Canada. She's representing us in the National Assembly, but she travels here as much as she can. So the next time that she's here in the next few months, she would personally like to visit you, to meet with you, to congratulate you also for all the work that you are doing. And also for you to know that her office in Ecuador is wide open to receive any of you, to welcome you over there. And please visit our country, know more about our culture, our nation. We're more than happy to be here, but we're also hoping that you go over there, you visit us, and thank you very much for all the work that you do.
So Yes, we do go on vacation, right? We go on vacation, so that's another reason why it's good to know a little bit more about these countries, because we do go everywhere. Am I right or wrong? TWU members go places. Am I right? Okay, wonderful. So also we have here another special guest. Actually we was expecting Honorable Linda Machuca, who is Consul General of Ecuador, and unfortunately she could not make it here today. And so to represent her, we have a special person, and he is the first Secretary Consulate Representative. Please welcome Carlos Martinez.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. A few words in English and then in Spanish. Thanks for the invitation to this important event. It is a pleasure to be with you, and it is also an honor that you have chosen our country to celebrate this Hispanic celebration. I have no doubt that the large Ecuadorian community we have here in the state of New York has made a significant contribution to the development and to the growth of this great city. That is why it's so important to remember not only its culture, but also its people who work hard every day for their families and themselves. Thanks for recognizing that, and thanks for choosing our country. Now let me speak in Spanish. Buenas noches a todos y a todas. Es un placer estar con ustedes acá. Estamos muy honrados por haber sido elegido el Ecuador como país principal en el marco de esta celebración. El Ecuador es uno de los países más mega diversos del planeta en términos de flora y fauna. Pero más allá de eso, es un país muy diverso en cuanto a su gente. Uno puede encontrar distintas etnias, distintas nacionalidades a lo largo y ancho de todo el país, desde la costa, pasando por la sierra, hasta el oriente y en las Islas Galápagos, lo cual nos transforma en un verdadero mosaico cultural plagado de manifestaciones artísticas muy importantes y muy bellas. Hay quienes dicen que recordarse es encontrarse, y en esa medida el recuerdo que se hace hoy de mi país, del Ecuador, por el cual nos sentimos muy honrados, es una manera de encontrarnos acá como hermanos hispanos y latinoamericanos en este país. Muchas gracias.
Okay, I want to show a video of Ecuador. You know, I never knew anything about Ecuador. When I saw this video, I said, my next vacation, I'm going to Ecuador. It has so much beauty, you know, and they're known for a lot of things. You know, one of the things is that I never knew that Ecuador got its name because it's right in the equator. That's how it got its name. The other thing is that they're known for a lot of special things, like, you know, they're known for its orchids, and they're known for its different species of different birds. I mean, they got like about 30 of them, you know, and it's so beautiful. So I want to show you this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And once you see this video, I know you're probably going to be thinking like me. My next vacation is going to be Ecuador.
Uh-oh, the sound.
Everybody, I'm your host Barbie. We're going straight to the belly button of the planet, and we have to be a little careful because it's been known to erupt frequently. Let's jump in. The República del Ecuador literally translates to the Republic of the Equator due to the fact that Ecuador beautifully straddles the center of the Earth. I mean, hypothetically speaking, if the Earth had rings, this is what the sky would look like in Ecuador. Ecuador is the smallest of the Andean highland countries located on the northwest coast of South America, bordered by Colombia and Peru, making one of the only two countries not touching Brazil in South America. The country is divided into 24 provinces, with the capital Quito located in the Andean highlands. Quito is interesting because it just acts as both the capital of the country and the capital of the Pichincha province. That sounds endearing. It sounds like something you would name a new brand.
It translates to the burning souls of 1,000 dragons.
Really? Oh. In addition to the inland domain, Ecuador also administers the world-famous Galapagos Islands, an archipelago of 19 islands about 900 kilometers west off the coast. We'll talk more about these in the next section. It's going to get really good. The country has 11 international airports, as well as several regional ones that fly at every other province.
Yeah, we even have one that goes to Orellana, in the middle of the Amazon.
In the middle of the Amazon. Nice. People love Ecuador because it only spans about 660 kilometers. You can literally travel across the entire country from coast to mountains to the rainforest within about 8 hours. The furthest you can drive inland would be the 10 highway that ends at Tarapoa, a small town that ends in the middle of the Amazon. Otherwise, from here, the only way to go further is either by foot or by boat on the rivers that straddle the Peruvian border, or you could ride down the Rio Putumayo to the tri-point border with Peru and Colombia at the rarely used Wet Andes Strait. Located on the Guayas River, the largest city is actually Guayaquil, which is where? Cindy's from there. Yeah, it's awesome. Cindy, I have a question. In Guayaquil, is it true that you can find like iguanas everywhere, like in the streets and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can actually find iguanas everywhere, and there is a park that is very famous that these iguanas have taken over. So every time you walk in, it's like full iguanas everywhere.
One reason why the transport is limited in the east has to do with the intense terrain that makes up the country. And dude, this place is loaded with contrast. Let's see what's going on inside. Ecuador is kind of like a mini Colombia and Venezuela, in which you have the same general geographic regions. Cindy, tell them what they are.
Okay, so we have 4 regions in Ecuador. They're called La Costa, which is like by the border, by the beach. We have La Sierra, where the Andes, the mountains are. El Oriente, which is the Amazon part of like the Ecuador. And then we have the Insular, which is Galapagos Islands.
Each of these regions offers a radically distinct climate, elevation, biodiversity, and topography that deviates from the others. One thing for sure, though, is that Ecuador is home to one of the highest concentrations of volcanoes on the planet, both active and dormant. As it sits on the ring of fire in the northern volcanic zone in the Andes, and thanks to the subduction of the Nazca Plate under the South American Plate, Ecuador is subject to regular volcanoes and seismic activity. The Sangay and Reventador volcanoes just erupted in 2016, and Cotopaxi, probably the most famous volcano in Ecuador, remains in a restless state. The Andes highlands are generally chillier, with steep, fertile valleys with farms and ranches irrigated with the snowmelt from the mountains. The coastal areas enjoy flatter land and beaches where people love to surf. The inland Amazonia region is heavily dense with plants and wildlife, making Ecuador the world's most biodiverse country per square kilometer on the planet. Gotta love the Amazon, always boosting your credentials. Hey Cindy, you've been to the Galapagos, right?
Yes.
What was it like?
It's a really beautiful place. Just don't ever stop on sea lions. Don't bite you.
They'll bite you. However, this place does come with a few guidelines.
If you visit the Galapagos, though, just remember you are not allowed to touch any of the animals, but the animals are allowed to touch you if they want. And a lot of them actually do, since they've never experienced any real threat from humans. Penguins will literally just snuggle up to you.
When it comes to resources, Ecuador is all about 4 things: oil, bananas, wood, and flowers. Oil makes up over 40% of exports and provides over a quarter in public sector revenue. The problem is that most of the oil plots are leased in the eastern Amazon region, so there's always a conflict with preservation. At around 25% of the global output, Ecuador is also the world's largest banana exporter. Go ahead, check that sticker on your banana. You have a 1 in 4 chance of it coming from Ecuador. Agriculture allows Ecuador to have an incredible selection of produce for some of their top-notch cuisine, such as...
We have guatita, we have seco de chivo, we have arroz con menestra, we have fritada and loco de papas. So there's so many. Oh yeah, I know. We also eat cuis.
I knew it! The interesting thing, though, is that in 2008, Ecuador became the first country to declare nature as deserving constitutional rights, with a clause stating that nature has the right to exist, persist, maintain, and regenerate in its vital cycle. Almost as if it were a person. The people. Once you meet an Ecuadorian, you will never forget them. First of all, the country has about 16.2 million people. About 60% are mestizo, whites and blacks and Americans each make up about 8% respectively, and they are other groups like East Asians. Keep in mind, the white population also sometimes includes Middle Eastern peoples, predominantly Lebanese and Palestinians, some Muslim and some Christian. Yes, that's right, there are Christian Palestinians. They do exist. Of course, Spanish is the official language, and it's been said that Ecuadorian Spanish is one of the smoothest and easiest to understand, which is one of the reasons why Ecuador is consistently ranked one of the top expat destinations on the planet. You know, in addition to quality of life, cheap living costs, and in certain areas, you can actually get a 3-course meal for $3. Speaking of which, after the economic crisis in 2000, they switched their currency from the sucre to the dollar. In addition to Spanish, though, there are 14 indigenous languages that are recognized and established as regional languages, even though less than 10% of the population speaks them. The most prevalent of them being Quechua, spoken in the Andes, and Shuar, spoken in the Andes. The government is actually trying to preserve the Quechua language by instituting Quechua programs and regulations, which most Ecuadorians are kind of like, sure. Fun side note, Greedo from Star Wars actually speaks gibberish Quechua. Even though there are few far and wide dispersions, you can actually tell which tribe a person is from by what type of clothing they wear. For example, Otabalos, Sarasacas, Saracuros, Cañaris, Shuar, and a ton of others. The thing about South America is that the further south you go along the Andes, the more indigenous the population gets until you hit Bolivia, where over 60% of everyone is Amerindian. Then it just kind of stops. Ecuador is kind of like the Andes Amerindian starting point. Along the northwest coast, we find the largest black population in the Chota and Esmeraldas regions, which have developed their own unique African culture. Mountain folk are sometimes referred to as serranos, and coastal folk are called monks.
Yeah, it does mean monkey, and we kind of go with it.
Yeah, so you just kind of got cool over time?
That's right. Barbie.
Ooh. Culture-wise, again, it really depends on what region you're in. An Amazonian Ecuadorian will have a different set of value systems than a coastal or highland Ecuadorian, but of course, one thing that everyone can attest to is the structure of the family. As a predominantly Christian nation, the largest denomination being Catholics, many families value the godparent system, in which godparents are actually expected to provide both financially and psychologically to their godchildren. Otherwise, Ecuadorians everywhere are hardworking with one of the lowest unemployment rates in Latin America and enjoy doing their own projects on the side. They're really good at avoiding drama, which brings us to like mentioned in the Colombia episode, Ecuador is like the entrepreneur little brother that kind of went off and created his own little company while the rest of the family was screaming and throwing plates at each other. Nonetheless, Ecuador has changed quite a bit in the past few decades. With the rise of the new president and semi-new wave socialist agendas, they soon became friends with Iran and are hence supporters of the Assad regime in Syria. Left-wing socialist politics by default also kind of makes them closer to the other countries that fall under the banner of new socialist governments like Venezuela, Cuba, and Bolivia. They have a love-hate relationship with the U.S. and Spain, since politically they have to kind of oppose capitalist imperialism, but at the same time, so much of their business and trade and tourism dollars come from these two countries. Hey, money talks. Nonetheless, like mentioned before, as part of the term, I made up the ECOVE alliance. Ecuador's best friends would probably be the fraternal twin siblings, Colombia and Venezuela. These three have gone through so much in the past few centuries in terms of alliances, battles against Spain, and independence. In conclusion, Alexander Humboldt summarized it quite beautifully when he said, Ecuadorians are strange and unique beings. They sleep peacefully surrounded by roaring volcanoes. They live poor among incomparable riches, and they become happy listening to sadness. Would you say that fits Ecuador pretty well, Cindy?
Yes.
Hey everybody, say hi to